Ruth is, I haven't told you about Ruth.
What did Ruth say?
Ruth said, hey there. Ruth's been helping me a lot. Ruth is amazing. And you know Gwenda, she's here. Bradley, hello, thanks for joining. Gwenda says, hey Mac and Mr. Westmore. Hi.
They see us?
Yeah, they can see us right now. What is that? Gelino? They miss us on Face Off. We miss Face Off.
We do too.
George Purdue, hello. Okay, let us know also if the connection is okay. If you guys are seeing us okay, you're hearing us okay. Is that your air conditioning or the wind I'm hearing? That's your air conditioning, the fan.
No.
That was the wind outside. Because I get it bad too.
Is it a plane? It could be a plane
it's
going.
that. It's your fan.
Oh.
You want the fan on?
No, I like it. I just thought it was the wind outside for a second. Okay, Ruth can see us. Great. So Ruth is helping to moderate.
Okay.
What is this, Mom?
It's from Joe.
Oh, do you want to come in?
No, I'm going
Say hi?
No, I'm going to go in the other room.
Do you hear? So you do you hear the fan? Is it distracting? Everybody, please share this. If you want to send likes, just tap. Usually I do my lives in the morning when I'm on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried it the other day doing it in the afternoon. And I was like, and then I was like, oh, Dad, come in. Probably getting bored of just me. Hear the wind. Hi, Timmy. Mom Gwenda says hi. Hi. I don't know if you heard her. Timmy, thank you. Number 2 gifter badge. Thank you. Hello, James. Is it really that loud? Because we can turn it off if we have to. I think it's the wind outside.
It could be.
Yeah.
It comes up in the afternoon.
Yeah. You get the wind like I do. Just Ben, hello. All right, if it gets too distracting, let us know. We'll turn it off. Well, at least turn that fan off and see if that helps. Where is it in case I need to... Where's the switch?
I have no idea.
You really don't?
No. We have a switch.
Probably one of those switches.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Okay, Jeannie Lynn, hi. Oh, look at Timmy. She put a little heart over your head. You hear the sound?
Yeah.
Thank you. Timmy sent you a little heart.
Well, hi there and thank you. I'd like to see everybody, but camera's only
like
about...
this.
Oh, there.
Well, see, now we see us, but here's where you can read everything
Yeah,
now.
camera's about 18 inches away, but my vision isn't that great.
Hello, Enchanted Pages. Oh my goodness, your dad. Yes, Papa Westmore. I don't know why you keep moving out of frame.
Do I?
There.
I'll move it.
No, I'm out of frame.
There you go.
We love you guys. We love you. Thank you everybody for the likes. Ruth, thank you for the rose. Mwah, thank you. All right, so does anybody have Star Trek, Face Off, Raging Bull, Rocky, Elizabeth Taylor, Sylvester Stallone? Any questions for Dad? And thank you everybody for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Dad, as the questions come up, I'll read them whatever I see. Yes, Ruth, thank you for reminding everybody. Don't forget to tap the screen, and that sends likes, and that tells TikTok's algorithm that you want us here. Okay, whoa, now it's moving fast. Okay, Face Off. Watch. What is a Face Off challenge you wished happened?
It was such a creative show, and the people that were involved with it were so talented. It's like there were surprises, I think, to us, because they'd say, "Now this is the challenge," and you would start into it.
No. But is there a challenge you wish? Is there anything we didn't do that you wish we'd done?
I don't.
See, for me, it would have been musical theater. Remember Mask?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I would have say they missed the boat by not having you do more than one musical theater, because that would have brought your talent and a little bit more relationship, I think,
Right?
with everybody by having you do that, as opposed to being a hostess.
Well, not even if they didn't involve me, because Dad, so you know, is a lover of musical theater as well, and Mom is too. And that's what got me going, is because they inspired me as a little kid. I always thought it would have been neat because Shrek had come out, Mask had come out. So I always thought, why don't we have the models sing? Let's get singers.
Oh, that would have been
Wasn't
good.
that cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
Okay, so Ruth says that you've got to watch Face Off. Ruth, you haven't seen it? Oh my goodness. So season 4 and 5 is on Netflix. Ruth also loves musical theater.
You know, with the show, you can watch it over and over again. It's not like you go in, you watch it once,
I even
and
go
it's
back
like,
and watch it sometimes.
well, you see different things.
Yeah.
There's so much that's going on in the me coming through and talking to them, which isn't very long.
No, we were there for like 2 hours usually.
Yeah, but I mean, my participation in the was early on, and it would be for somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes.
Yeah, they'd edit down.
Yeah, and it was edited down because I literally talked with each one of them about their concept and their color and what they were hoping to achieve and everything. So there wasn't enough time. It would have been a whole show if we did that.
Yeah, that's true. Hi Lila, hi Ed, Scorpio, thanks for joining. Gwenda, thank you for all those likes. You always gave the contestants the best advice.
Well, you know, I was honest with them. It's one of those things when you go into it, are you, I don't want to say honest, but are you going to give them full blast? And I did. Well, there's a few of them, there were
a couple you would give a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, or
Nicely.
they would change the concept a little bit because I felt they were going in the wrong direction. One or two of them actually, didn't want to listen to me, and most of the time when they didn't listen to me, they didn't get very far.
Yeah.
You know, because I've been there.
Important.
I've done it.
You have the T-shirt. You're the tracksuit at this point.
Yeah.
We are chatting with a Westmore Hollywood royalty. Oh, that's sweet of you, Ruth. Well, this one, I just showed up.
She's a princess.
Oh, thanks.
I'm the king.
You are. Well, you are. Wasn't it Albie that started that?
Did he?
Yes. Albie
my
started the
God.
whole king thing. And that's been stuck ever since.
So did Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes always called you king.
Yeah, the king is here.
Your father reminds me of Anthony Hopkins. Oh, that's a good one. You are kind of like Anthony Hopkins.
I like him.
I
mean,
do
this
too.
this man is. I don't care what
It's a
movie
good
it was.
compliment.
Yeah, I would watch it because it's like
Anything he's in.
Michael Caine was one of those type.
Yeah,
of actors,
here's another
you
one.
know. Yeah.
But Anthony Hopkins, that's
Yes.
true. I would watch anything he's in.
Yeah.
So what is your fondest memory? As far as what? As far as a movie he's worked on, family, travel, I'm guessing movie. So why don't we start with that? Hello, Nancy. Hello, Kenneth. So what is one of your favorite memories of one of your movies?
Well, I tell you, what's interesting is for you that haven't heard about it, I wrote a book. It took me 14 years to write it, and it was published in 2017. And that's basically what that whole book is.
So it's called
Are
The
my
Makeup
memories.
Man. It's
Yeah.
The Makeup Man. Ruth, if you don't mind pinning this, it's actually on Amazon. I wish I'd thought to put it in. I don't think I can do a shop on that. But it's called The Makeup Man, and it is available on Amazon.com if you guys want to grab it.
They're
And-
almost out of hardbacks, and they are going to be going into
Hard copy.
Okay. Hard fronts. You know.
Hardback kind of takes
so
a different
yeah.
connotation. Okay, Ruth put it up. Thank you, Ruth. So everybody can now grab it on Amazon. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. Thank you for sharing this.
If you run into me, I'll sign it for you.
Yes, you will. And if you guys happen to be in the Vegas area, there is, does McKenzie, Raptor, it's moving fast. If you're in Vegas, was it next weekend?
Yes.
You're doing the Star Trek convention at the Rio.
At the Rio.
Yes.
And we're also, the thing we've been working on now for 3 years is a documentary on my life. And we're going to be filming Butch Patrick, who I made up for the Munsters a zillion years ago, and had a wonderful time with him.
Is he coming in town?
Yes,
For how long?
for a day to shoot
Because
my
he and Tom
documentary.
Devlin are good friends, and I remember Tom from season 1 of Face Off?
Yeah.
So he's got a great monster museum here,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been wanting to take you over to see him and see the monster museum. But
Yeah.
he's good friends with Butch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
probably going to go see Tom.
And then I'm going to interview Butch in the morning, and then I'm going to interview both from Land of the
Ellen
Lost.
Beauty. Oh wow, Ask Ellen Beauty. Sorry, Ask Ellen Beauty. Thank you for joining us. She's amazing, fantastic artist. I'll show you her page afterwards.
Okay.
Beautiful work. How much of influence were you on your daughter as she was getting older? Okay, so Ask Ellen Beauty said she's a huge fan. We all are. How much influence did he have on me? He had a lot of influence between he and my mom. Because my mom being, having been a model, you with the makeup background, and I was always on set. I would always go, instead of going to the playground, and come see you on set.
Mm-hmm.
So that really influenced me a lot to want to do it. And then Brent Spiner giving me voice lessons, I remember. Denise Crosby giving me acting lessons.
They'll all be there
I know.
at the convention.
And I got to go to QVC.
She was supposed to be there.
I was, and
She
I got caught. I have
was.
an hour show, 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. on the 9th.
Yeah,
Like smack dab in the middle.
yeah.
Your family has shaped the entire industry.
Well, you know, it's true, and I, in my growing up, I would go to the studio with my mother on Saturdays because they used to work on Saturdays, and this is when I was little, and she would turn me loose. The people were that safe.
Yeah,
At
back
that
then you
time.
could do that.
I knew where every ice cream machine on the lot was, and everybody, oh, cute little boy, here's a dime for a nice. I did well, but I used to, and I learned at that time what you do and what you can't do. Whenever you approach a stage and a red light goes on and bells ring, you do not open the door. And I did. I learned that at a very young age. That it was. In meeting the actors, I met a lot of people, Rock Hudson, and of course I continued knowing him later on. Sandra Dee, that's how I started learning beauty makeup, was my uncle was making up Sandra Dee, and I would get her coffee in the morning and just sit in the makeup room and talk with her and chit-chat while Bud made her up, and then she went to the set, of course, as an apprentice. I stayed, back.
Wow.
But I met so many people in the makeup departments. Big stars, Tony Curtis, and Universal was known as like a B studio, so it wasn't like they had, Elizabeth Taylor or anybody there. But they are notable stars from over the years.
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's moving so fast. Do you have any makeup? Did you do makeup on your kids on Halloween? It's so funny. Somebody asked me this in a Zoom. So Dad did makeup because I was obsessed with the musical Cats as a little kid. So he made me up as a Jellicle cat.
And I painted your suit.
You did. And we got pulled over by the police because they wanted to see my face up close.
Yeah.
Wait, Ask Ellen has a great question. When did contouring and highlight as we know it come into effect?
That goes so far back you can't even find it. It starts on the stage. When you see
Yeah,
photographs of
true.
actors on stages and things, literally, this is going back possibly even into the 1800s. But highlight and shadow, I have a series of pamphlets that Max Factor made, ancient, long time ago. And highlight and shadow was all part of the stage, because you couldn't come out with just your straight face with makeup on it. All of the deep shadows, and the shadows were actually used to show emotion and how this
yeah.
actor was and
They're
what the
happy or sad from
personality.
far.
Yes, you're creating these lines on the face and things too, and then heavily blended. And these things were accepted. If somebody tried to do it like it was done then, you'd say what it was. It's an old makeup and whatever. And they started to become unaccepted the way they were applied because of the heaviness to it. And so it all became refined. And highlights and shadows are used today. I mean, not only in movies, but the lines of makeup that make highlights and shadows and sell them as cosmetic products.
I'm not a fan.
Hmm?
I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan. A little highlight. I'm
A
not
little
a fan of contour.
I know if we would I would put it into the makeup, like maybe wanting to just sink
Hollow
the cheeks,
out.
hollow out the cheeks a little bit. But the color, we had a Max Factor color called 665G. Every makeup artist carried it in their
Really?
case. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was just a nice warm brown, and for somebody that's maybe a little carrying a little weight under their chin, that all under the chin here, it would be all laid in with 665G. I remember
Does that
that.
still exist?
65G?
Yeah.
No. In fact, I heard that Max Factor was going to do away with it. I mean, this is back in the 60s. But they were going to do away with the color. And I was down there, and I said, "Why are you doing that? We all use it. That's great. You know, what you do?" And he actually held up a tube of 665G, and he said, "See this?" He said, the company makes about $20,000 a year in profit on this. See this little thing of perfume? That's worth about $1 million. So, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
All because of money.
Yeah, money.
Wow. Interesting. Well, I'm seeing a lot of hello Gamby. Michael Westmore is a legend. What a legend. I do underpaid. So ask Ellen, I do underpaid. Do you know who originated it? Underpainting. She learned it from Kevin. I always say wrong. Oikon. I always say the A-U-C. Oikon, I think it is.
He was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know where that originated from? Underpainting?
No, it goes way back. It goes so far back, the people...
It's another one that goes like way back to early theater days?
Yes.
It's interesting how much... Would you even say there's some things that go back to like ancient Egypt?
It probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot though.
Not a lot, but
But-
things like what we're talking about with highlights, contouring, underpainting, that goes back to early theater days.
Even possibly eyeshadow. You
Yeah.
know, going back, of course, in all the movies, they made any Egyptian movie had to have eyeshadow. But yeah, there was on the sculpture Nefertiti. Now that goes back, and she has eyeshadow on. So yeah, it's a historical thing. Makeup is a historical period that there's so many books that have been written on it, and I was going to do one time when I was in college. I got fascinated with the idea of what transpired all along the way, and it never got further than a dream. But
Did you have a favorite person that you liked to do the makeup of, or makeup artist that you worked with? But I would actually like to know, was there a certain celebrity, actor, actress that you loved working with?
Elizabeth Taylor,
Really?
yeah,
Really
Kate Mulgrew,
Elizabeth
from Star
Taylor's,
Trek.
like, iconic.
But Elizabeth she treated me like I was her brother.
Really?
Yeah, or not quite a son, but a brother. She grew up in Beverly Hills, across the street from my Uncle Wally, who was running Paramount. And she and my aunt or my cousin, were best of friends. And the first thing that she ever said to me was, how is she? And it's like, I had to go to her house for an interview. I had never worked with her before. And my name, I got a call to go, and Elizabeth wanted to meet you. And so I went over to her house and went in and sat down. And I was an art history major in college, so her house and several other actresses wealthy actresses over the years, going to their homes were like museums between the sculptures and the paintings on the wall. But Elizabeth and I sat down on a couch, and we talked a little bit, you know, and before we knew it, she's saying, "Okay, I'll see you in the morning."
Oh, wow.
And that was it. That wasn't
Was that easy?
asking me anything. Like when I went in to have Shelley Winters, famous 1940s, 50s actress, as a young lady.
Wait, was she in The Shining?
No.
That's not her. Okay.
No.
I'm blanking then.
No. But she was in other ones.
Yeah.
Big,
I know the
big
name,
star in a lot of them. And they took me in. She was the first star that I worked with.
Oh, interesting.
And they took me in. She was having her hair done, and she wore lifts. Now, lifts are little teeny pieces of silk that have a string tied to them, and you glue them on your face. Shelley wanted them over her eyebrows because her eyebrows drooped a little bit, and pull back here, maybe to pull in the neck, and all the strings were taken back and
So
tied.
it was a facelift.
It was like a
Yeah,
facelift.
it's a ponytail
We're all
lift.
tied off back here, and she was sitting there in the chair.
Yeah, she said face tape. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't a tape. These were actually
glued on?
Glued on with
That had to be
spirit
so
gum.
uncomfortable.
Not any more than the tape was, but
That's interesting.
Yeah.
She also has another great question. What would you want to change in modern makeup styles today if you could? That's a good question.
I don't know. Things will change, and things change faster. It's like a cosmetic line will come out with a color,
Yeah.
or a place of application, and then everybody will pick it up. So it's like if I said I would like to see XYZ, that might last for 5 minutes.
Right.
You know, and something else. It's moving, and you see it in the magazines a lot, you know, and there are the makeup artists in New York that travel and do create a lot of new things. It's to see something new and fresh, you know.
I think for me it'd be the overly contour, but that seems to be starting to disappear a little bit more now.
It won't
not
last
as big as it used to be. I mean,
no
you don't
matter what
see-
happens, it won't last forever.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like even where we live now, LA, I always felt like I saw a lot more made up women on the street than I do in Las Vegas. Like around here, I feel like you barely see people wearing makeup.
But here you have people, yes.
Yeah.
But here you have the showgirls, and you
Well,
have
showgirls, yeah, that's
anybody
different.
on stage.
But even
you
my
know.
friends who are showgirls, when I have coffee with them,
Yeah.
zero makeup.
I think they're just
tired. Yeah, they're tired of it. They need a break. Their skin needs a break.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, Ed, hi Ed, would you consider yourself an inventor or creator of makeup industry?
Who, me?
You.
An inventor or a creator?
I
Actually,
don't know if that's for me. I don't think it's for me.
I've been involved with both. I've been given challenges, like movies like Mask or Clan of the Cave Bear, and just having the opportunity to design. On Star Trek, we couldn't do rubber faces all the time.
Right.
So makeups would come along, and
Thank you.
there'd be about 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 people that they wanted makeup on them, and they want them to look different. So I'd have to create maybe just a little nose piece to go with swirls on the faces. The Borg, their face is
Borg you
basically-
invented.
Yeah, I did. Yes,
Ferengi.
Ray, actually, the Klingons from
The
Michael
Klingons.
from Michael Dorn. Yeah, the Ferengi.
The Borg.
There was
So
actually
yeah, there's a lot of inventing.
the Ferengi was designed a picture. I was given a picture from an artist who was there just before me, and the Ferengis had long pointed chins and big pointed ears, and that's what they gave me to kind of work with. And I went to Gene Roddenberry, though, and I said, if we do that, you put a chin on these guys and they start having spaghetti for lunch and they're gonna fall off. And with the long pointed ears, since we have Romulans and and Spock, the Vulcans, that if we put pointed ears on them, you're going to think they're a long lost relative,
Right.
So I actually went in and told them, "Can I eliminate them?" And they did. They my time in Star Trek for 18 years. I want to say nobody told me what to do. Now this is almost inconceivable.
True.
But they left creating absolutely everything except the first two, with Frankie being one of them, to design and come through with anything.
All right, I'm going to go on to the next one. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of questions coming in.
Oh,
So I'm
good.
going to cut your
Okay.
questions a little short.
Okay.
Is there any
I get
project that you... I
long-winded.
know, I'm going to talk about it. In fact, so you know, guys, when we would do face-off, I would, kick him under the table sometimes, move on and stop talking. Do you remember that?
Mom will do that at the convention
does
when
that.
I start getting long.
So is there any project you wish that you could have worked on that you didn't get to? Howard the Duck?
Thank God. Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah. You didn't get that.
Oh, God, they called me in.
No. Now answer this question.
Okay.
Forget. Howard the Duck, he did not work out, and it was a blessing in disguise because that was a night. In fact, it's on the list of the top worst movies of all time. So it was a blessing he didn't get that job. But is there one that you didn't get of a good movie, not an atrociously horrible one?
I can't.
You can't. You got all.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
That's actually awesome. I love that.
If I got it, it would be. a
So he
different
said, "I
story.
remember that flop of a movie." That was the one time. I think I don't remember it, but I've heard the stories of
don't
you
go see it.
No, of you not getting it and it just being such a blessing that you didn't get it because it was so bad.
Yes.
I mean, it's fun to go back and look at some of the movies that are the most horrendous, hideous ones. Okay, what is your thought on AI taking over so many industries, film included? Good question.
AI started to come out a little earlier too, even before it's how it's being recognized now. And even in the long run, they found out though, yes, the AI is very important. In Star Trek, we use it a couple times when they wanted an alien that I couldn't make somebody's neck.
So you did use AI in one.
Yeah, there's a couple.
So it's been around. I mean,
Yeah,
it's been there for a while.
it's been there for a while. It's just gotten more notice, more notoriety now. But it's when it came down to it, saying, can you love and follow AI, a character made from AI? Well, I found reality is if you want to follow a movie star and be a fan of them, you still have to bypass AI.
Okay, I'm going to stop for one second. We're not stopping. You need to drink water.
Oh,
I've been drinking my water. You need to drink. We have to keep an eye on my dad to hydrate, especially moving to Las Vegas. Hydration is number one. So I'm going to stop him once in a while to make him drink. Sorry, Dad.
that's okay.
Because I keep drinking, and I'm like, wait a second, you need to drink.
It is wonderful though.
It's
here
fantastic.
in the desert. It's great.
How did you create the complexions of the old Hollywood stars like Elizabeth Taylor?
Create the complexion.
Yeah, how did you create the beautiful looks of her?
She's a very interesting person. She didn't really change her looks that much, and that's why she looks like Elizabeth
She's
Taylor.
iconic, yeah.
Then
Kept
in
smart.
the middle and in the end, and she used basically the same colors.
What was what makeup did you tend to use on her? Was there a specific brand at that time? Specific colors?
Max Factor was the makeup of choice for years,
Interesting.
and then they started to slip away and use what's in the department stores.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and they would, because they were thinner. The things started to get so definite, and so it would take, makeup artists would take maybe the same foundations we're using and add a little oil to it,
Oh, interesting.
just to thin it out a little bit.
Interesting.
And because the
Oh, like today they use Westmore
well, the
Beauty.
film, yeah. Today they use Westmore Beauty.
Yeah, thank
I tell
you.
you, I would be using it. In fact, I do use
He
it.
does use it.
I have freckles on my forehead, and I have maybe a little
I have
darkness
good lights
my
on us
eyes.
right now.
So,
But do you have a little bit on
I
right
do.
now?
No, I don't have
You
any
don't
on
have it on
now.
right now.
But I would take natural.
So you would use? Did you use Natural Radiance body coverage, or Light Supreme Cream?
The cream.
Okay, it's Light Supreme
Yeah,
Cream.
and I would mix. I mix two colors, and I'll just take my two fingers and I'll mix it all around, and then I pat it. Now I don't use a brush. I don't use a sponge. I actually use my fingers because I can take.
That's what I do. It's just
I
easier.
can take and blend it in, and my hair is receding a little bit now.
No.
Yeah, so it goes back
Okay.
in my head.
Two quick ones. Really. So Max
Yeah.
Factor is no longer available in the U.S. No.
Yeah, no, factors.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Hand stick. Is that what you used on Elizabeth Taylor?
Yes.
Oh, that is. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Great questions, guys.
Yeah. It's they just pan stick work wonderful, and there was such a variety of colors that it was the thing, because with it you got coverage and color at the same time. And this is what I have found with your makeup, and when I do myself, I get coverage and color, and I forget I have it on.
Yeah, you do. So it's
And all of a sudden
silky, yeah.
the next day I look at Mom and say, do I still have makeup on?
Why do I look so good?
Yeah.
Well, it was a big thing for me in creating. It was to create products like what you used, but more comfortable and wearable for the everyday woman.
Yes.
And man, too.
But your body coverage
Oh,
is, and then I will take body coverage because
back of the hands. You know, every
got
guest
old
on
age
QVC wears the body coverage reflector on their hands because they all have to showcase products. So the hands are always the front on QVC, and I found out almost every guest on QVC
Well, that's why I
and
knew.
every host
Yeah.
wears body coverage on just their hands.
well, I had to on
Which
on
that
Face
blew me
Off.
away.
Had to
I
on
remember on
Face Off.
Face Off, yeah.
Well, because even when I'm talking to the people about their makeups, and I have my hand up there and I'm showing them, what to do, that I got all these little things that I don't know where it came from.
Hi, Crayon Eater. Let me just see some of these questions. Did you help people like Max Factor by giving him input on your ideas for him?
No, Factor was probably dead before I.
Yeah, Factor was, but the
got into
family at all?
No, we had
Or
nothing.
anybody
Our
running it?
family actually worked with
Hi,
Factors, going back into the early Person Earn mainly were hired by them to make hairpieces for them, and they broke up in about 1930. Maybe it was a little.
Really?
Yes, it's about 1930.
Who are they owned by like L'Oreal now?
Factors?
Yeah, or is it just
I don't know.
somebody had to have bought it out?
But
I never picked that up.
they that's when they opened the house. They left them Factors and opened the house at Westmore. Which was 1935.
Thank you, Leela, for the rose. Okay, drink water.
I'm out of water.
You're out? Oh, okay, I'll get you home. Weird, where do I fill it
I'm
up?
pulling dry. That's okay. I'm okay.
Well, we still have 30 minutes. We need a drink.
Oh.
Greg's here. Greg? Greg? Yeah. Can I ask you a big favor?
What's that?
Hi. We're live on TikTok. You can come in and say hi.
Just come here between us and say
So
hi.
this is our family friend, Greg. Hi.
So good to
This
see
is
you.
Greg.
Would you fill
Can you
that
fill us up?
water?
Drink water. Water boy.
Do you know what? And I've been doing the same thing. I've been telling your dad, and he's
He's
been
been
doing
on-
better.
he's been on
been
my-
I
doing
know.
better.
He's
He's
like
on my butt
on all
every
4
day.
cylinders now. Thank you.
I'll get you the water.
Thank you, Greg. That's Greg. Everybody's saying hi, Greg. And they say, go Lions. He's a sweetheart. We've known Greg how long? Oh my God.
Decades.
Decades,
It's
yeah.
Decades.
He lives close by, as you can tell. What old Hollywood hacks? Oh wait. What old Hollywood hacks can you share to create beautiful eyes?
The thing is, with eyeliner became very popular, and
Really quick, did you notice mine? Westmore Beauty just launched this. The cream for the table, and I have navy on the
Yeah.
upper table.
This line the McKenzie has on her table.
See this? It's cream down here and navy up here.
It started a long time ago to help make the eyes look larger. In fact, one of the little secrets was there was a silver blue that was used on the, and actually when I had a cosmetic line years ago, I had that in the line.
Did you?
With the silver blue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go, Dad.
Oh, thank you.
They say go Lions.
Yeah, go Lions. I get it. Back rub, are you good? You need anything? McKenzie, are you good? Can I get you anything?
Actually, this is Chargers.
Is that what it is? Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I think it's
they're
a Lions.
playing the Lions, so they're saying go Lions.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't even look at your shirt.
I love it.
That was funny.
Go
Thank
Sports.
you. So from what I understand, because I know like what we just created with Westmore Beauty, Ellen, was we created an emerald green, a navy, brown, black, and then a light cream. And navy to complement blue eyes, emerald to complement green eyes, brown for brown. And then the cream works for everybody. But we have 2 shades of cream for lighter and richer skin.
That's what I did even with mascara with my line years ago. I had a colored mascara to go with the eyeshadow and the other colors to blend in.
Isn't that essentially what your dad did for Vivian Lee and
Vivian?
Donna Quinn?
Yes, yes.
So she had hazel eyes.
Hazel eyes, and
But in the book, they were green.
they were green, and even they photographed that way on camera because a lot of times one of the most famous dresses is a green dress.
Yes. That's iconic.
And I think that's when everybody starts saying, "Oh, she has green eyes." You know.
Okay, can you dispel some of these? Because this has come up a lot of times. She had, the actress had hazel eyes
Yeah.
in real life. Because there have been, I mean, sometimes I've posted some of these things. And like, no, she had green eyes.
I tell you, her eyes were the point where if you got down, I asked her that one time, "What color are your eyes?" And she had me.
No, you're
almost-
talking about Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about, what is her name that played Scarlett O'Hara?
Elizabeth Taylor.
No, Scarlett O'Hara.
Oh, Scarlett O'Hara.
It was Vivian Lee.
Vivian Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her eyes were hazel.
Yeah.
But now going
But-
back, because I was going to ask you that.
But with Elizabeth,
Taylor,
she said, "Look at my eyes. Come here, look." And I said, "Let's say, okay. Well, you know."
What color were they?
It's like a color you.
Never seen?
Yeah.
Really?
It was almost seemed like a little mottled or something when you really got down on top, and they would come out like what she wanted it to be.
How cool.
Yeah.
So they probably
A
were
lot
like
of people
pale
said they
gray.
were violet.
Yeah.
You know,
They probably just picked up the color purple. So Crayon Eater Marcus is asking, what was your most favorite makeup to do in Hollywood?
Wow. Favorite makeup? I tell you which is interesting. It was a character on Star Trek. Leonard Crowfoot was his name, and had to make him up like he was a little Oscar statue. is how
Oh,
it
I
came
remember
out.
that.
Yes.
Was he in a suit and he couldn't pee or do anything?
He couldn't. Well, no. Well, he wasn't in a suit. I made a head for him that had no ears and no nostrils to be able to breathe out of, and the mouth was down here. He wore gold contact lenses, so he couldn't hear, he couldn't see well. And then across his chest, the whole thing started when we were experimenting, because when he would move his chest, he was a ballet dancer.
Right.
And if he moved it would wrinkle, his skin would wrinkle a little bit. So we literally made a rubber chest just to cover his pecs. And then he was androgynous, so we made a pair of diapers that literally went from mid-thigh to just over his belly button. And he would slip into that. And we would glue him into that every day. Well, actually, we went like every other day because it took so long to put it all together and take it apart. But this man, the part that he played, he was, as a dancer, he could stand on one leg and play with a rubber leg that we made for him, and you wouldn't know that he had that sense of balance. because of being a dancer. And he had muscles like around his
Getting muscles on
mid
muscles.
Yeah, muscles that you just
Didn't know
couldn't believe.
existed.
No. But him playing his part and going into that makeup, I think it was one of my favorites. I mean, it's the first one that comes up in my mind. But they were, I've enjoyed all of the makeups. I've enjoyed like Michael Doran when making him into a Klingon. I added the teeth and the nose to the Klingon makeup for the 18 years that I was there.
Okay, I've got another question.
Yep.
Is there anybody currently you would love to work on or work with besides your daughter?
No,
Aww.
no, really. No, McKenzie and I had fun.
We
when
did
we
have
were
fun.
doing it. Yeah,
I like the lab walk.
There was a lot of laughing and just not getting in trouble. They would just say, something like,
We
have
get in
to.
a little trouble.
we-
Well,
no,
you would
no,
usually,
no.
there were a couple times you poked fun at me.
Oh, well, what did we do?
Okay, well,
In the
one of the
black- in
times
black light.
was my fault because I was experimenting. And thank you, Ruth, for the roses. Very sweet of you. And thank you to everybody that's sending gifts and likes and follows and shares, everything. Thank you. So there was a time, this is completely, I take responsibility for this. I was testing out, this was not Westmore Beauty. I had not started Westmore Beauty yet. But I was testing out a self-tanner. And it was not the best look on me. And we had a black light room we had to go into. And when I walked into it, you called me
An Oompa Loompa.
So, and this was, I think they kept it.
They did.
They left it, yeah. It's still.
They used it every once in a while.
Yeah, they left that in.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Somebody had said that, I remember somebody was creating a makeup that was like, the root of all evil was women, and you looked at me. Thanks a lot. Congratulations on raising such a beautiful daughter. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Have you ever taken some eyebrows or hair off of a model? Oh, hair of a model? Like as a keepsake? You ever done anything like that?
No.
No. No. Thank you. Ask Ellen for the roses. That's very sweet of you. I got to get you on here at some point.
We've covered up eyebrows.
That's true.
Made little pads out of rubber like that would literally glue right over the eyebrow. What I found is this people in designing a humanoid, eyebrows kind of destroyed it, made it a human. If you
Yeah,
left the
eyebrows too. The minute you get rid of eyebrows,
Yeah.
that's to me, it's where all the emotion is.
But we didn't
Ellen,
shave
we were doing
them.
it then. We were
Yeah.
definitely doing it. Okay, so she's also asking, so Ellen, you and I are absolutely going to do a live together. So they need to know more. She wants to know more about that silver blue you were talking about for Elizabeth Taylor. Mm-hmm. Or no, and that wasn't just Elizabeth Taylor, but what was the silver blue you were talking about?
It was a silver blue pencil that Westmore made.
Got it. 'Cause-
And I don't know, you might go online and ask if anybody's selling a silver blue eyebrow. Somebody might have one laying
Not
around.
eyebrow, eyeliner.
Eyeliner pencil. Yeah.
Interesting. And what was the purpose of the silver blue?
It takes away the pink of your lower eyelid.
But can't you
Makes
just
your
use
eyes
the
bigger.
cream? The cream color?
The pencil seemed to stay better than the cream.
No, I'm saying cream colored. Because like what I have,
Well, then other people started coming out saying cream colored, white.
white.
And
White I
using
don't
other
like.
colors.
White's harsh.
But the blue seemed to complement blue-eyed people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody's asking, and I want to know this answer, and it cannot be Star Trek. They're curious. Oh, I lost it. What was your favorite makeup to ever do? But I want to say it can't be Star Trek.
There was, I did a lot of work on boxing films between Stallone and De Niro, and especially in Raging Bull. I spent a month doing the boxing sequences, and I had to have gimmicks squirting blood out of Robert everywhere, and hiding the blood, like when he hit somebody, and there was a tube
You had
that
to
ran
hide
up
it?
right up his arm,
Wow.
and so as soon as he passed the guy's face, I was there to give it a squirt.
Really?
Yeah, and so by the
That's
time
cool.
the hand left the face, he had blood in his face.
Wow.
And there was another fellow that had a little teeny nose, and I made a teeter-totter that literally sat on the bridge of his nose, up in the air on one side.
It wasn't Pesci, was it?
No, It was he was actually a known boxer.
Oh,
Yeah, in real
interesting.
life. And when they came across his nose very lightly and touched that little teeter-totter, it flipped up and made the nose look like it broke.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was like a
And-
little piece of nose.
Yeah,
Like, ooh.
yeah. And so I was able to just come up with all these creative things in Raging Bull.
Love that. That's neat.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellen is wanting to know more about this light blue. You know what I actually think would be fun to do, Dad? Maybe at some point when we go get dinner. I'm going to look up pencils and see which blue you're talking about. And Ellen, I'll send it to you.
It's like a light blue, but,
But
it
let's
was
look at them.
silvery.
Let's look at them
Yeah.
together, see if we can find one. And if it doesn't exist, I'll make it. End of story.
That's actually
Make it for
it's
you.
good.
Okay, how much creative freedom did you have while working on some of your films? Like Rocky, Raging Bull, Mask. So how much creative freedom did you have?
People, I want to say people have trusted me enough through my reputation as it's going along. I'm pretty much left alone.
Yeah, I remember that growing
On
up. You
Star
always-
Trek, you figure I was there 18 years and nobody told me what to do.
Yeah.
It would say in the script, as you picked up and you read the script, it would say, they've run into these two aliens here or somewhere on a water planet. So I would literally get my creativity for that
Bye, Ed.
by reading about where they are and what they can do. And then, so when you're seeing the show, it's not like I didn't try to make a fish look like a lizard, you know.
Right.
I'd save that for the desert when
Gotcha.
we land on the dry planets. And things.
Somebody, I missed who it was. Do we keep in contact with anyone from Face Off? I keep in contact with just about everybody. The only one that I see in person on more of a regular basis is Tom Devlin, because he lives close by.
I will run into him at the Star
yeah.
Trek conventions.
I'm sure you will, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still talk to pretty much everybody. I mean, through social media. That's the beauty of social media, is that I've gotten to keep in touch with everybody.
This doesn't always happen.
No, that's very rare.
And Star Trek was a family, and so
Well, Star Trek,
was
but also Face Off.
no,
Face
that's
Off
what I was going to
is
say.
yeah, very
and
similar.
so was Face Off.
Yeah, it was
You
very
became
rare.
so close with the artists that when it's over with, now when you go to like a convention like Monsterpalooza, that there you might find 15 or 20 former artists
Yeah.
from that. I know we did 13 seasons.
No, 13 seasons. Did you have a favorite artist? No, it's hard to say after 13 seasons.
I don't remember names, but yes, I do.
You did.
I was,
Do you remember makeup?
some of the makeups that were just, they were unbelievable.
So you remember makeup, I might be able to tell you who it is.
No, but it was some of the top makeup artists didn't stay in Hollywood and try to be a Hollywood makeup artist.
No.
They went back to Chicago and Florida, I know, and
Yeah, that's true.
became the number one artist in
Their area.
in their area where they went
Especially
back
with
to.
so much runaway production.
Yes, yeah.
Somebody took special effects classes from Anthony Kozer,
Yeah,
and I saw
Anthony
somebody
by
here. Wait, hold on. Lori Benson. She worked on He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
I hired her.
She's here. She said
Lori,
hi.
are you there?
She's
How
there.
are you? How are you? Yes. Oh my God, our time on Masters of the Universe.
Forgot you did that. I loved that.
Yeah. Well,
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, well, with Dolph, the union gave me an award last year. It was.
And she just said, "Thank you for hiring me."
Yeah,
That's so
well,
sweet. She said,
you
"You're the best."
and Todd McIntosh, and Jerry Quist. These were all people, and I know it got to the point where the things weren't going well, and they were going to shut down the whole place. And Todd called me and said, "They're going to." Fire all of us and hire other people. What do you want me to do? But they made a deal that if we signed papers that they would take us into the union. And the first words out of my mouth were, sign the paper. And they did, and they were all taken into the union.
She just said, "You got us all into the union.
Yeah.
Thank you." That's amazing. It just thought, it's not moving fast again. What made you want to get into makeup?
You really want the whole story?
Okay, but not the whole story. Drink first. And don't tell the whole story.
Oh, my God.
Portion of the story.
You know, and I have people in conversations, you know, younger people, asking, well, how did you get into it? Well, it all starts around 1890. My grandfather was a wig maker, and he had a wig shop in England on the Isle of Wight. And it was, he took the whole family and moved to the United States in 1906 and 7, and was involved in opening the first studios in about 1917, and we're doing movies like The King of Kings. These are all epics, silent epics. And little by little, each one of the sons, he had 6 sons and a daughter, and the men all became makeup artists and all took over the makeup departments of every major studio except MGM, and that continued on through the years. So,
But what made you want to? Because
What
I've got
made
another
me
question I
want to?
got to ask you. If you can leave that hint for me,
okay,
Ruth.
I was
Because you weren't you in
I was
art
going to
history?
be, yeah. I majored in art history, and I first I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh.
But let me tell you, after doing some student teaching, I got out of that quick. Where was I?
Archaeologist?
Archaeology was
history.
all part of it too, in art history. But my Uncle Bud called me when I was a junior. I was just going to be a senior at the University of California, Santa Barbara. And he said, how would you like a makeup apprenticeship? And I thought for a minute, and I said, no, I don't want one. I want to graduate. So he said, okay, if I leave it open for a year till you graduate, will you come and do it then? And in my mind, I thought, say yes, and if I don't like it, I can leave.
Yeah.
So I did. And I went to Universal, had an apprenticeship there for 3 years, and studied with the top makeup artists at the studio there. And then I passed my tests and exams and started out on my own with McHale's Navy.
Wow, and the rest
Yeah.
is history.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted this pin because I think I know the answer. Somebody's curious, your thoughts on the Klingons from Discovery Season 1.
Shall I throw up now or later?
I knew it.
You know,
Here's your answer.
Yeah, no, I look, when I first looked at it, I'm going, what? And it's supposedly going backwards. And I'm going,
They're both laughing.
but you know, and I don't, in fact, that's the first time I said I wanted to throw up. I've usually been, somebody approved it.
Yeah,
I
who
don't,
approved that?
I don't give fault to the makeup artist. Somebody above the makeup artist had to approve it and think that was wonderful. How, why, I don't know. And I would say, if I was starting with that, I couldn't have done it. There's no way I could, that would have come out of me.
No.
Now, they're very popular, and they go to the conventions.
popular?
Yeah, they go. No, I don't want to say popular, but popular with the fans to a certain
I'm
degree.
seeing a lot of laughing emojis, so I don't know.
Well,
At least in this live,
I would.
think they're very popular.
It's just, it's amazing. I mean, I kept it simple. I kept it because Gene Roddenberry, he told me, I don't care what you do, but I want to be able to see their eyes, and I want them to be able to talk. So I didn't put contact lenses in them. I just
No, you kept everybody's eyes.
the
soul.
forehead. In the beginning, Klingons didn't have; they were just humans. And then, little by little, they came in the
Evolved.
movies. They put foreheads on them, and Richard Snell made them. Richard was a friend of mine over the years and came to work with me on Next Gen and things too. And then I added the teeth and the nose. And otherwise, I mean, the hair was about the same and everything. And so all of a sudden, I'm thinking, where are they going to go from here? It wouldn't have hurt if they had just maybe stayed in my concept, but maybe make their nose a little something different or
They just went
whatever.
out, way out in the field.
Yeah, it went so far out that people didn't think that they were Klingons.
Yeah.
They had to tell them they were Klingons.
Yeah, they did.
And then you wonder, well,
If you got to tell people,
how did
that's
they
not-
get there? You know,
Somebody was asking, are you still doing makeup or are you retired?
I'm retired now.
He's retired, but we want him to start painting. We're gonna start painting.
Let's see, what have I been doing?
Well, they just moved to Las Vegas. 2 months, a month and a half ago?
Yeah, Marion and I have been 7 days a week for like 2 months between.
Well, between
packing up
Los
our
Angeles,
houses.
that
could be
was-
3 months.
I think more than that
Packing up
even.
3 vans. We brought too much stuff. We started giving away furniture and everything. We're down now to pictures, and I
See,
can't.
People are saying that you should paint.
I was thinking about it, just even if it's light paintings. In fact, the other day, I pulled out, I brought 3 portfolios with me. Mackenzie's, Michael's, and Michelle. Things that they drew in cards and things like that. Marion stuffed them into this thing, and we went through them. But I pulled mine out from college. I did a lot of charcoal work, and I worked with a very famous artist. And it was, I finally, when I got a B from him, I thought it was wonderful. You know?
That's funny. I think painting would be great for you to do.
Well,
I mean, the house
I
is
enjoy
really
it.
coming together,
I
so-
enjoy it. Well, the houses, it's like trying to take a ton of furniture and squeeze it down to where you like it.
But it's not like you went. It's just you don't have a second story, but the house is sprawling. So
This house we have now is half the size of the home that we had in Encino, and so, but we took too much, and it.
that's why you get a dumpster.
No, these are things you couldn't throw away. I would rather give them away.
Anybody want to come pick up some?
And that's what we did. We did. It's we had carousel animals, and
You can see behind us here. There's carousel. Those are full size carousel pieces.
and we didn't know what to do with them. It's really not a market now. You'd have to advertise and everything. So we decided this particular room that we're in is a round room, and so we have the animals.
Oh, they love the carousel horse. I'm just going to show you guys one. So they've got these. There's the carousel dog, that carousel horse,
Now the dog is McKenzie.
then
She
over
actually
there,
went
yeah.
to that.
jukebox,
There's a jukebox over there.
a real jukebox. So they had a lot of these things. Yeah, the dog is mine.
She just
But
lost.
you're out of frame. You're out
she,
of frame.
she just lost it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
What is it? We need a Westmore museum.
Our house was like that.
Yeah, the house was like that.
Our house was like that, but we had so many more walls to tack stuff on.
Thank you, Linda.
I just opened up a box today that was in the garage, and it's filled with Star Trek sketches and drawings and stuff. So I don't know what to do with them.
Enchanted Pages said they love how close we are.
Yeah.
We always have been.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show you guys another thing I think is pretty cool. Yes, a Westmore
At
museum.
the
Look up there. You can see all of his Emmys and Oscars.
there's an Oscar there in the up front in the middle.
I'll show you guys this really quick. There's the Oscar. Whoops. Hold on. Let me frame it properly. Photo op.
And then around the top are 9 Emmys.
And then top. Okay. I love it. How do you like living in Las Vegas as opposed to California? That's a good question.
I tell you, I was born in the Hollywood Hospital in California. Lived there my whole life. Went to school in the San Fernando Valley my whole life, except for going away to Santa Barbara. The weather was great. It isn't the same place.
Yeah,
And so
sadly.
I
I was the first one to jump ship.
Yeah, but it was just, you pick up the newspaper and you read what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
we could talk forever about it. It's,
Next door neighbor was the worst.
yeah, no, just, I mean, we had people even killed not far
Yeah.
from us, so,
Yeah, down the street from them
yeah, so it.
with a machete.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah, yeah.
And I remember 2:00 in the afternoon, Patrick and I driving to an appointment, and there was a white tent set up down the street, right, like next street over from our house.
Yeah.
And we were in a nice neighborhood.
Well,
And
we-
I was like, wait, what is a white tent?
Well, Marion and I, your mom and I, we were stopped at, not Taco Bell, what's the other one?
Del Taco.
Del Taco, getting tacos.
Gross.
And across the street, not far away, there was a tent right in the middle of the street. And of course we said, oh, what's going on? You know, as we're eating tacos. Well, this was a pedestrian that tried to cross. I mean,
Oh,
just,
jeez.
you know, and didn't make it.
Wait, hold on, really quick. There's a good question that came up. I don't mean to segue off of that.
Yeah, that's all right.
What advice would you give to an aspiring artist?
Keep practicing. You know, if you learn how to do something, one time, you know, you spend, I don't know, thousands of dollars going to a school, makeup school, and they show you how to maybe do a bald cap, how to put it on, make somebody bald. And you take and they test you and you put a bald cap on somebody, and you don't do another one. And then it comes along later where you really need to do it. You don't remember everything, and there's lots of, that's something that it has developed over the years, gotten better and better, the techniques and the colors and the makeup they use. But it's, you have to do it over and over. So when it comes time to do it, whether it's laying a beard, gluing on a rubber face or something, every makeup artist I hired about 100 makeup artists over a season on Star Trek, and every one of them had been trained, and not necessarily with an apprenticeship, but really had been trained and practiced and worked. So when the moment comes when you're called on, you can step right in and you're not nervous and have to, you know, ask somebody else how to. It doesn't do any good to ask somebody else how to do it when that time comes. So it's
Crayon Eater Marcus, he said he hates doing bald caps. They always wrinkle up.
They shouldn't. There is.
What do you do to get the wrinkles out?
Well, you have to pull them out as you're gluing it down, and you have to use good glue. And it's just like a spirit gum had a tendency, all through a whole day, to kind of slide a little bit and could wrinkle. But when you look at the caps on Saturday Night Live, and these guys have been doing a zillion of them over and over again on the people, and their caps are really good. There was a man by the name of Ed French, and Ed became so good with his bald caps, he even made a video on how to do it. And every secret in the world is in Ed's video. It's, again, you learn by doing it over. If you did 100 bald caps, I would say by the time you did your 100th cap, it would be spot on.
Enchanted Pages said, Mr. Westmore, as an aspiring artist, you have inspired me to practice.
Practice. I taught a class at Valley College for 10 years. And
That's where I went.
yeah. And I actually wrote a book, my first book that I wrote, called The Art of Theatrical Makeup for Stage and Screen. And you can find that. There are copies on the computer. And I actually wrote that book there's a test that every makeup artist after their apprenticeship had to take. And that's what this book is. I took the whole test and made a very simple how-to book. Has a bright pink cover. And yeah, okay.
Drink.
Yeah.
You gotta drink.
I
I have to keep him hydrating. We all do. Mom does. You saw Greg was here. We have to keep on him because you guys, for anybody out there, this goes for everybody. You've got to hydrate because when you don't, it's like gas in the car.
Yeah.
So
you see everybody carrying water bottles everywhere.
yeah, especially in Las Vegas because of the dryness, the dry heat.
Yeah.
Thanks for answering my question. I'm a big fan from Star Trek and Face Off. It's been an honor. Can you do that? Yeah. Hey, you did it. Yay.
Yeah. Now this one, after I had COVID, I got trigger finger. These fingers on
Yeah.
both hands would lock on me. I finally had this one operated on. But one of the funs of having COVID.
I know. And COVID toe.
Yeah.
You got all the weird ones.
Yeah.
All the COVID.
Tinnitus in my ears.
Tinnitus,
So
yeah.
I have ringing all the time, which I've just...
And you had it before it was known as something.
I had it before Thanksgiving.
Yes. We
In-
thought you were going to
in-
die. That
in
was
like-
scary. That was 2019.
2019,
Yes.
yes.
Christmas of 2019 was horrible.
The doctors didn't even know what
They
it
didn't know
was.
what it was.
I gave it
They
to my
didn't-
doctor.
Yeah. So we've more stories on that one.
Yeah.
Great dog. I love the relationship you two have. Oh, Enchanted Pages. I'm so sorry your father passed away. That's why I want to do more of these. I want to do more of these lives. Have you come on more? Somebody did ask if you have social media. Basically, me. If you have any questions for Dad, you can always come onto my social media.
Yeah.
I'm M Westmore on Instagram. And I forgot to put this in my story, which is stupid. M Westmore on Instagram. M Westmore here on TikTok, obviously. X McKenzie Westmore, no E. Facebook McKenzie Westmore. So just you can always send questions my way, and I'll call.
I wouldn't be too good of a makeup artist now. I also have macular, so it's like I have a little bit of everything that
You do.
makeup artists don't need to have.
But you're healthy though.
Oh yeah,
That's
and I
right.
still understand it. I still have enough vision where I could teach, and that's why it's fun to come to creation because.
And that's, sorry, really quick,
Yeah.
something else, because this is something else you and I could start doing. So I just launched a new website, mwestmore.com, and it's for, people can sign up, there's a VIP program, and maybe that's something you can jump in on and give tips, tricks,
Yeah, I mean, I
stories.
can see pictures, and I can,
Yeah, that's why I want you to paint.
Yeah, it'd
We
be
all
fun.
think you should
Actually, in my
Could you
so
imagine the backyard, how
We-
nice that would be?
Mom and I went through my portfolio.
Yeah.
And it was mainly, I said, charcoal that we did there. I did a little bit of painting, but the last picture I ever did, which is bizarre, I unrolled it and I said, oh my God, I'd love to frame it. It's
If Mr. Westford did a class, you'd be the first to sign up.
yeah.
We could feature your dad.
Thank
on,
you.
Yeah. So Ruth is helping me with the website. We could feature you on the website. Are you okay with that? Do I have
Yeah.
your consent?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ruth. That's a great idea. Let's do that. Would you ever go back on Face Off if it was brought back?
In a minute. In fact,
We all would.
everybody would. In fact,
Everybody.
when it went off the air,
We were like, why?
Why is because it literally is, the Variety magazine, things like that, would give ratings and things like that, and at the end, Face Off's ratings were going up.
Yeah.
When they pulled the plug.
What I was told, and I don't know if you heard this, it was Sci-Fi canceled it because it was getting too expensive to run the latex rubber.
No.
You don't think that's not true?
No,
Oh, interesting.
no.
That's what I was told.
What I heard was that a new president had come in, and he wanted to go more into like horror and not game shows. He wanted to get away from
Okay,
it.
Ruth is really good about this. Let's start a petition to bring Face Off back. So Candace had tried doing that. Ruth, if you've got ways of doing that, please, by all means, because I know so many people want Face Off. Yeah, everybody's saying let's get a petition to bring Face Off back.
It was
sorry.
No, it was expensive. One thing was it was expensive, which was too bad taking it down, putting it up, because we got a cosmetic company
Yeah.
to sponsor
we
it
had
all.
Krylon.
We had unlimited. Krylon gave us unlimited makeup. There wasn't a color or a thing in the world that the makeup artist couldn't go over and grab off the
They
shelf.
had everything, and we had
everything.
everybody sponsoring it, so there was really
Yeah.
no good reason why it did go off the air. The only thing I know is that it's basically sitting on the shelf at NBC, and they won't release it because they know it'll be successful somewhere else. So what I'm not understanding is if they know it's going to be successful somewhere else and they won't release the rights, why not launch it
They
back
probably
again?
don't want to do it.
And it's like, but like, why not? If you have enough people, and this is where a petition would be a great thing to see. It never hurts. Because, I mean, didn't Marina Sirtis do this on Star Trek? She was going to get fired.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And she got the fans so outraged, she kept her job.
Yeah.
So I think it is, yeah, Ruth, it's crazy that it's sitting on a shelf collecting dust, and they won't release it because they know it'll be a success. So it's like, why not put it on Peacock? Why not put it on one of NBC's own streaming services and bring it back? So the fans do have a lot of power. That's very true.
And a lot of these, the makeup artists that have become professional, great makeup artists now, may have never had the opportunity
That's true. Yeah.
to become a makeup artist if it hadn't been for that show.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Who, in your opinion, was the best contestant off of Face Off?
You know, I don't really remember names so much, but I know the
That's why if you
work.
told me a makeup.
Yeah, I know the work.
Okay,
Like-
everybody's
like
saying
the-
they want to sign this petition, so
like
we'll get a petition.
the
Ruth will get it
bellboy.
going. The bellboy. That was RJ. RJ made the bellboy.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say because I felt like they were all my children. So
Well,
I
there
couldn't-
were so, and it kind of worked out too. That you could see the difference of the talent. And every season, before we started the show,
Yeah,
I
people don't
would-
know this.
I
This
would
is
give
this is
a,
cool.
Yeah, I would give a class. It was a 1-day class in telling them what they needed to do to succeed and to win. And I had Brad Look with me, and Brad was one of my top makeup artists on Star Trek. And Brad would do a demo while I was talking, and he would even give secrets on how to do freckles and how to shadow. And boy, he'd take that airbrush and he made it work like it was a magic wand. And we would give this class that went about a half a day, and everybody made notes and everything. And some of the makeup artists had maybe only a couple of years experience, and other ones had 10 years experience. So the reason for the class was to give information to the newbies and bring them up to speed to be able to
Compete on the same level.
Yeah.
That was a smart thing
Yeah.
that the executive producers did. Ruth is pointing out if you guys are signed up for my newsletter on mwestmore.com, we can get stuff like this going. We'd love to have Patrick do a Q&A as well. I actually talked to him today. Oh my gosh, I'll sign the paper. Lots of people in Missouri will love to. Okay, please, let's get a petition going, and we'll get that. I think there's still life to be had in Face Off.
Well, there's
it's funny.
the thing. Excuse me.
Yeah.
At the convention, now I'm coming here to talk about Star
Trek.
Trek and everything, and
Yes,
I
on
usually
Face Off.
talk to an audience of several thousand people. And what show do they ask the most questions about? Face Off.
Face Off. So why would you cancel such a successful show? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. All right, Ruth has her marching orders. Yay, Ruth! Thank you. We will definitely be doing this again. Really quick, what was your hardest makeup you've ever done? Take a sip of water while you think. Take a sip of water while you think.
Take a sip of water.
You're gonna be so hydrated today.
I hope there's bathrooms everywhere.
There is.
Oh,
We're going to a
good.
sushi restaurant. There's
Okay.
a bathroom.
The hardest makeup, I would think my makeup's out. I never sent a makeup to the set that hadn't been tested. I don't care what it was.
But what was the hardest?
Mask, I redid it 8 times.
Mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Before we came up with the final one, and just so they didn't have
Wait,
to.
I want to be clear really quick.
Yeah.
Not the Jim Carrey mask.
Not the Jim Carrey
This
one.
is the Cher Eric Stoltz mask, the real story of a boy that had the Lyme's disease.
Yeah. In fact, at the convention this next week, they have a little film clip that they're going to show, and like 8 minutes, and it's the 2 last people I interviewed Eric Stoltz, who played the boy in Mask, and LeVar Burton, and they're putting that together and they're showing that on stage. Yeah.
All right, we're going to start wrapping up. Wow, we hit 40,000 likes. Thank you, everybody. Again, come join me on mwestmore.com. I think we'll do more of this.
Yeah,
And
I
I gotta
enjoyed
tell you
it.
something really funny, though.
Yeah.
So Patrick never pays attention to my Instagram. I happen to post this on Instagram. First thing I get from him is a text message. Oh, you're doing a live with your dad? I said, well, you won't do one. So, of course I'm going to do one with Dad. You know what? Now he's going to do one.
Good. Good.
So, thank you.
And
It rattled him enough.
I'm going to get your under eye stuff and go, I'm going to do this myself.
You're going to be my new eye guy. Let's really piss him off. You'll take over the eye guy, take over the lives.
We'll trade.
That's too funny. All right, well, we are planning. This all started because we're actually going to sushi tonight. I'm introducing them to a sushi restaurant. And I know you might think desert sushi. This place is phenomenal. And it's actually very reasonable, too. So, and it's my treat. So don't even. Okay,
We'll
it's
fight
my
that out
treat.
with your mother.
Mom, it's my treat. So anyhow, we are going to sushi, but thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you. Love to you all. We
That's
will
been
do
a thrill.
more lives. And any last thing you want to say before we sign off?
No, I really enjoy doing these. So once Mackenzie and I get going, it's like there's no stopping.
I know.
We probably could go on for a couple
We
hours.
could still. I know. I'm late going. It's 5:15. I'm getting hungry. Oh, thank you for the roses. It's very sweet of you. So yes, there'll be more lives. Patrick got irritated into.
Start thinking
Yeah.
with questions. I mean,
Yeah.
today a lot of the questions
Thank
are
you for the
ones that
roses.
have been come up so much, but a lot of people haven't heard answers to them. But go ahead and read anything or see anything, and anybody that and if you get a copy of my book, you can.
Please go into Amazon and pick up The Makeup Man. I'm telling you, your time starts now.
The
Go
paperback
get
is
The Makeup
cheaper
Man.
too.
It's cheaper, yeah. But it's a great book, so go get it. Amazon, The Makeup Man. Okay? So thank you. And thank you, Ruth, for moderating. I appreciate it. Gwenda, my sister from another mister, I love you. Love to you all. We will see you next time. And more face-off talk, more Star Trek, more family, more Raging Bull, anything.
what you want to talk
Anything.
about.
Carousel horses, musicals, wine. Anything. Literally anything. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Next time. We'll see you soon.